A debate that seems to resurface ever so often on social media. Who has the right to call themselves Jamaican? Joining us is Director of Citizenship Services at the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, Kalefa Williams-Douglas. And Kalefa is going to provide some clarity.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Let me start with my son. I was born here and went to Toronto, met his mother, who was born here in Toronto, and he was born there. Does he automatically a Jamaican?
Well, he has to formally establish the claim as a Jamaican. The fact that he was born to Jamaican parents gives him a right to claim citizenship by descent. For that, you will need to provide birth certificate. So we are ensuring that however your name is on your Jamaican birth certificate, it is reflected the exact same way on his birth certificate. So that's how we trace the claim for the person to acquire citizenship on the basis of descent.
So he's not just naturally a Jamaican because his parents are Jamaican?
Well, he has to apply. He's entitled to, so he has to make the formal application.
I said at the start, when I know you saw the video where the gentleman was saying whatever, and I said it's not that easy. Is he right that because his parents were born here, the
fact that your parents are born here, you're entitled. That is it. And in the entitlement, you have to make the formal application. Okay. And that is one of the big misconceptions that persons have, that you automatically go and apply for a passport. But you have to have the formal documentation to show proof of your Jamaican citizenship. So that is what we do at the Citizenship Service Unit at the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency. We do the formal process of legalizing you and making you a Jamaican. So we give you the proof.
Mm-hmm. All right, so McQueen. So we started at parents. What if my grandparents are my great-grandparents?
Once you can provide the documentary evidence...
Any trace of Jamaica in my blood?
Once you can provide the documentary evidence, you can make the application.
You can make the application.
Right, so there's no generation limitation on who can apply for citizenship by descent. That means biologically related to a person born in Jamaica.
Oh, what if I have a child overseas? Mm-hmm. So they're American. They're American, but they're now living here with me in Jamaica. So them just born over there, and then they come back with me. They're Jamaican?
Well, they have to make the application, right? Because they will come to Jamaica on the foreign passport. Okay. And at the airport, they will be landing as a foreigner. Okay. So our officers, the immigration officers at the airport, they will inform the passenger to make the application for citizenship by descent for that child to legalize their status in Jamaica so that they can be Jamaican and they can have the Jamaican passport if they choose.
Okay.
What if I'm a Canadian, born in Canada, live in Canada, she's a Jamaican, she lives here, I come to Jamaica, we get married. Does that make me a Jamaican?
You are entitled to apply for citizenship.
Just because I got married?
Because you're married to a Jamaican, right? So the Constitution covers that. So once a foreign national is married to a Jamaican, they're entitled to apply for citizenship by virtue of marriage.
All right. Does the Constitution have anything specific that says this is who a Jamaican is?
It speaks to the Constitution speaks to three specific areas. By birth, which is covered by NERA, the Registrar General's Department. By descent, meaning you are born to a Jamaican, or by registration of marriage, you're married to a Jamaican.
Okay.
We just had, I saw it from you people, PICA, that a number of overseas people were given Jamaican citizenship. How does that work?
Oh, that's another pathway to citizenship that is covered under the Jamaican Nationality Act, right? Those persons that you're referring to our oath ceremony, they were living in Jamaica, residing and living in Jamaica for a minimum of 5 years. They should be of good character and good financial standing, and they decided that since I've been living here for so long, I want to be a part. I'm already immersed in the culture. I want to have the proof, the documentation of a Jamaican. So they make their formal application for citizenship, they go through the process, and at the end we have a ceremony formally welcoming them to Jamaica.
How do you know that they were here for 5 years? And how do you know that I'm in good standing financially?
Well, first, they have to provide us with their valid immigration status, right? So even if you come here, you have to have a valid immigration status in your passport, right? And we verify, right? And also we do background investigation on these persons to verify that they are of good character, right? We request even police record from their country that they're coming from to ensure that the persons we are giving Jamaican citizenship to are of good moral standing. Remember, we are part of the border security, the whole PICA. So we are ensuring that the persons that we are giving Jamaican citizenship to are of good moral standing.
Yeah. What are some of the biggest misconceptions that people have about being Jamaican or having Jamaican citizenship?
Well, one of the big misconceptions that I alluded to earlier was persons who have children born overseas, they automatically present themselves at the passport office with just the birth certificate without doing the formal application for citizenship, right? Mm-hmm. Even if you are married, another misconception is that if you're married to Jamaican, right, you do not need to be residing in Jamaica to apply. Once you're married, you could be living as far as Egypt and you have access to a consulate, you can make an application for Jamaican citizenship by marriage.
Mm. Can you lose your citizenship?
No. What persons do, they renounce their citizenship.
No, I mean, again, I'm a Canadian, I come and I get citizenship and then I go back to Canada, I live for 30 years. And I don't live in Jamaica.
No.
I'm still a Jamaican.
Unless you formally renounce it, it's with you for life.
So you can't lose the citizenship,
No.
whether you live in Jamaica
or not, no. Unless you formally renounce and say, I no longer want to be a Jamaican. And we do process application for persons who renounce their Jamaican citizenship.
Jamaicans?
Yes, Jamaicans. Because persons go and they live in another country
that
and
don't allow dual citizenship.
That's correct. They don't allow for dual citizenship, so they have to renounce one. And there are persons also who, depending on the nature of their job, they are required to renounce their citizenship.
And if I renounce it, I can't get it back?
Once you were born here or you got it by descent, you can always restore. We also facilitate restoration as well.
Mm. Oh. Mm. Okay. So I can just, if I beg, so do not just say, I don't want to be a Jamaican, and then when I love you again, I come back and say.
No, we do not just say. You have to provide us proof that you have another nationality, because we're not going to leave our citizen stateless.
Okay.
So you have to provide us with proof that you have another nationality or you are granted another nationality before we process your renunciation.
Okay, so if I beg, so daily, I can't just say, I can't bother with you.
No, you can't do that.
We're stuck with you.
For life.
That's interesting, though.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
How many applications from foreigners, I don't know if you can quote every single one, on average, do you get like every year?
On average, well, our two main categories, the descent and the non-descent, which covers marriage and renunciation. Mm-hmm. So for our last financial year, we processed over 7,000 applications for citizenship, for the grant of citizenship.
Who are not Jamaicans?
Yeah. Right. So a lot of persons want to become Jamaican nationals.
I mean, the form probably doesn't say why, but do you know what are the most common reasons for people wanting to become Jamaican and for that number to be steadily growing?
Right, because persons are attracted to the culture and our heritage.
Wow.
Majority of our applications are for Jamaican descendants, for the persons who go abroad and have children and they want their children to be a part of our rich culture and heritage. So they make the application, right? Beautiful. A lot of persons, who live and work here, they want to remain here because, again, of our culture, our climate, and our friendliness as Jamaican. Everybody wants to be Jamaican or associated with Jamaica.
Yeah. You keep saying apply. Again, going back to, I get married to Dela. What if I don't apply? I can just live with her forever and I'm still not a Jamaican, but I live in Jamaica?
Well, you'd have to have a valid immigration status to do that.
Which would suggest what? What
it would suggest that if you come here and you decide that I'm going to remain here with my wife, you visit our office at 8 Waterloo Road to regularize your immigration status because you'd have entered the country as a visitor.
But I don't want to be a Jamaican.
But you don't have to be a Jamaican. You can remain as a foreign national with a valid Jamaican immigration status. Okay. And if you so choose, when you decide that I've been here long enough, you come to the citizenship section and make an application.
It's 5 times you say you're going to marry today then. Yeah. Just
that's why we just do it and done the argument. I do. Very well explained. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Director of Citizenship Services, Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, Mrs. Kalefa Williams-Douglas. By the way, you're not a marriage officer. Oh, okay. Yeah, just must sit now and down, but soon come stay with us, please.